Okay, so we're learning today in our 10-minute power lesson over here, the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, Perek Daled, Mishnah Aleph, which is what we learned this week. So the Mishnah says like this, Ben Zoma Omer, Ben Zoma says, Ezu Chacham, who is a wise man, Halomed Mikol Adam, somebody who learns from every single person. Shneemar, as it says, Mikol Melamdai Hiskalti, Ki Eidvosecha Sichali. Which means you have the translations, from all my teachers have grown wise, your testimonies on meditation. Ezu Gibor, who is a strong man, HaKovesh et Yitzro, somebody who is able to conquer his evil inclination. Ezu Washir, who is a rich man, somebody who's a Sameach B'chalko, satisfied with his lot. Ezu Mechubad, who is considered, who is honored. HaMechabed et Abriot, somebody who honors the fellow creatures. So the interesting thing about this Mishnah is that it's the exact opposite of what we normally think. In other words, we normally think that who is a wise person, in other words, the wiser you are, the less you have to learn from other people, right? The more knowledge you have, the less I think I need to learn from others. And the Mishnah says, if you're a truly wise person, you learn from other people as well. Same thing is with power. Ezu Gibor, who is a powerful person, we would think normally it's somebody who imposes their will on others. Says the Mishnah, no, it's the exact opposite. Somebody who's able to control their will. Wealthy, we think the common perception of wealthy person is somebody with an oversized ambition which drives them to obtain more and more possessions. The Mishnah says no, true wealth is if you're able to say I'm happy with my lot. Honor is usually understood as a product of what a person has achieved in wisdom, power, and wealth. And the Mishnah says no, honor is somebody who's honoring other people. So let's examine each of these carefully now. Ezu Chacham, right? Who is considered a smart person? Somebody who learns from every single person. So first of all, how is it possible to learn from every single person? I mean, they don't know as much as I do. They're not as smart as I am. How can I learn from every single person? So here the Mishnah teaches us that the very fact that you exist, the very fact that you're alive means that you have something to contribute to the world that nobody else has. There's something that only you can bring to the world. Nobody else in the universe can bring this thing to the world. So if you're a smart man, you can learn what that is from the other person. How about if somebody is doing sins? How about if somebody's sinning and he's really not a nice person and really doesn't seem that I can learn anything from him? So the Baal Shem Tov says something very revolutionary here. He says the fact that God has shown you this person's deficiencies means that somewhere deep down inside of you, you have that same problem. If you didn't have that problem, God would never have shown that issue to you. So the fact that you see a deficiency in somebody else means you have it somewhere deep down inside of you. The other idea is that even if somebody is deficient, let's say a thief, for example. So Reb Zusha from Anapoli taught us, he says, I learned 7 things from a thief. Even though a thief is somebody you don't think you can learn from, I learned 7 things from a thief. For example, he says, what he does, he keeps to himself, right? Number 2, he's willing to take risks to attain his goal. Reb Zusha lists the 3rd thing. He's meticulously careful with all the particulars of his operation, regardless of whether it's a major component or small detail. Tremendous lesson for us. He invests great effort in what he does. He's fist swift. He's always optimistic. And if he fails the first time, he keeps coming back for another try. The Rebbe actually quoted these 7 things that Reb Zusha learned from a thief. So as we see here, you can learn from everybody, from every person. So a truly wise person is somebody who learns from every single person. Ezu Gibor, the second thing, who is a strong person, somebody who's able to conquer his will. You know, they tell the story about Reb Mendel Futerfas. Reb Mendel Futerfas was a person who, right after the Soviet Union, during the war, the World War II, Soviet Union divided up Poland with Germany into half. So after the war, Soviet Union had an excess Polish citizens. So they announced anybody who has a Polish passport is welcome to go back to his country. So Reb Mendel Futerfas suddenly procured and forged Polish passports so that a lot of the Hasidim can leave Russia where they could serve God with no problems at all. So he organized a couple of trains with fake Polish passports. Eventually the KGB caught up to him and they kind of gave him a warning, we're going to stop you. So in one of the last transports, he was able to send his wife and children, and his wife begged him, come with me. And he said, I can't. As long as there's a Jew remaining here, I need to still be here to fulfill my job. So he sent his wife and kids out, and the KGB eventually arrested him. They put him in prison in Siberia for 8 years. For 8 years, he suffered tremendous, tremendous tortures. Anyway, he came out of Russia. Afterwards, he went to the Rebbe in New York. Eventually, he ended up in Israel. He passed away actually on Gimel Tammuz 1995. And what he said was, he said a tremendous thing. He said, for a Jew today to control himself, to not look where he's not supposed to look, is more Metsirut Nefesh, is more of self-sacrifice than all the sacrifice I did in Russia in those 8 years. Meaning today, to control yourself, to truly not look where you're not supposed to look is harder than all my 8 years in Russia. That's a tremendous lesson. That's what it says in the Mishnah. Ezel Gibor, who is a strong person, somebody who's able to control his Yetzer Hara. By the way, this week, just yesterday, I was listening to Rebbetzin Wolf, who's the Rebbetzin in Hanover, Germany. Her husband, on Yud Aleph Nisan, just before Pesach, was diagnosed with the coronavirus and unfortunately passed away about 10 days ago. And she said something tremendous. I was like, incredible. This Rebbetzin, I don't know where she gets the powers for this, but she said that when it came time to bury her husband, everybody thought she'd bury him in Israel. He's a 43-year-old chassid, Chabad Shliach in Hanover, Germany, been there for, 15 years. And she said, no, I'm going to bury him in Hanover, Germany. And she said, her and her husband, they always told the community that when are they leaving Hanover? Either when Mashiach comes or when the last Jew leaves Hanover. And she said that hasn't happened. So our shlichut, my shlichut, is still here in Hanover, and she's going to continue leading the community in Hanover. In fact, just this week during the Shiva, I think she had a bar mitzvah of somebody in the community, and she organized the entire thing for him. And when the bar mitzvah boy was so impressed, he never had a bris in his life, he decided, you know what, I'm going to have a bris. So this is tremendous, tremendous sacrifice on behalf of this Rebbetzin Wolf, which I was impressed with. But this is what it means, somebody who's able to control their will. HaKovesh et Yitro. We move to the third item. Ezehu Ashir. Who is a rich man? Hasamech bechelko. During this coronavirus, it doesn't matter if you have wealth and possessions. It doesn't matter. We're all stuck at home in isolation, at least in New York, New Jersey, tri-state area. Other countries and states are opening up slowly, but here we're still stuck in lockdown. So who is a rich man? Somebody who's happy with his lot. In other words, by nature, if I have $100, I want 200. If I have 200, I want 400. So if you have $1,000, you actually poorer than somebody who only has $100, because if you have 1,000, you want 1,000 more. If you have 100, you only want 100 more. So somebody who's rich is somebody who's happy with his lot. And the truth is, spirituality, I need to always say, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. If I listen to one Torah class, I need to aspire to listen to 2 Torah classes. If I put on tefillin once a week, I need to aspire to put on twice a week. If I keep kosher, I need to upgrade. All the time in spirituality, I need to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, as opposed to with wealth, I always need to say, I'm okay, God. Thank you. I'm satisfied with my lot. I'm okay. Obviously, I want to make more money so I can support my family and contribute to charity, but I'm okay with my lot. And finally, the last message of the Mishnah is Ezel Mechubad. If you want honor, if you want to obtain honor, Hamechabed et Habriyot, that's only if you honor other people. It says if you chase after honor, honor runs away from you. If somebody says, I need honor, honor will run away from you. But if you are somebody who honors other people, then honor will chase after you. That brings us to the end of this class. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Howard.
Yashikayach Rabbi. Beautiful.